After a long break and several months of preparation, it's fair to say, the new ESET Cup returning the 10th season of this prestigious championship. Well, this season, the championship will visit 6 venues in Austria, in the Czech Republic, in Croatia, in Poland, Slovakia, and of course this, the opening race weekend in Hungary. The ESET Cup Series starts at the Hungaroring in the first half of April. The circuit is the home of the Hungarian Grand Prix. It's close to Budapest. This year, for the 37th time, the championship visits this iconic venue. The Sprint GT race is always a popular attraction, and this season will be no different. They again feature machinery in GT3, GT4, GTC, as well as several prototypes. Well, the first weekend characterised by the inclement weather, so the audience here in Hungary being treated to several incidents, spins and spills. No major casualties though. Well, you can see just how tricky the conditions were. 1 or 2 cars finding the scenery. Some coming off worse than others. Well, for the first sprint race of the season, Czech racer Libor Miluto, fastest of all in GT qualifying, claiming pole for Saturday's encounter. In the first race of the GT class, he had a fierce fight in his GT3 with Czech driver Antonín Hrbek, driving a GTX. Well, finally, Miluto, who said on the grid that he wishes for a good first and second lap to achieve that, came home 4th in the end.
I need very high temperature for my tires, and I think that first and second laps will be very hard for me.
Slovakian Miro Konopka behind the wheel of the LMP2 Ligier came home 2nd overall, though he was slow in qualifying because of the rainy weather. They don't have a very good setup for the rain, but much more confidence in the dry.
I run only this car, I ran only prototypes last 2 seasons, and we run the World Endurance Championship. And we run this, of course, new car. This is a very old car, but it's good practice for me, and it's very problematic change GT car and prototypes, because absolutely another system for driving, and for me it's complicated running GT, prototype GT. That's for it I'm running only prototypes this year. And this is my old car. My new car is on the way from America, from first event World Endurance in Sebring. Second car come back from Asian Le Mans, and this car is home. That we run with this car.
The overall 3rd place went to GTC driver Denis Vazek in his Lamborghini. The Czech won in his category, although he started the race from 21st position. His qualifying not going well, but in the race he had lots of progress. Finally gained that all-important victory in the GTC category before Adam Zepecki in the Porsche. And then in GT4, Czech Matej Pavlovic at the top of the rostrum. Well, the biggest incident of the whole race weekend happened on Saturday when Swiss racer Martin Koch, whose father was born in Hungary, had this little
yeah, as I said, I was leading the race for the GT cars. LMP2 was in front of me, was a bit under pressure, had like a 1 second lead. And unfortunately in the last corner of lap 3, I came a bit too wide on the exit. got on the green path, which was wet at that time, and then yeah, I was hard on the throttle and lost the car, spun off, hit the barriers. As simple as that. That was a big one, a big hit for me, and quite a damage on the car. We're not racing tomorrow. We're leaving today already.
In Sunday's race, Mido Konopka started from pole in the Ligier, kept the lead from the start, came home on the top step. In GT3, Polish driver Marcin Zedlinski in the Mercedes started from pole, but at the start, Denis Vazek in the Lamborghini took the lead. The Czech having problems warming his tyres, so he couldn't keep that second place, and finally Polish driver Zedlinski coming home second with his Mercedes, first among the GT3 racers. Gregor Zigo in the BMW, fourth, gaining second in his category.
I got a good start on second position, but I lost it with the two Mercedes. I tried to push and fight with them, but yeah, the tires didn't allow it. But I'm pretty satisfied. Overall third and first in GTC, so good race.
Yeah, Vazek there, third, and victory in GTC. In GT4, Joseph not winning.
But I was enjoying every moment on this track. Feels amazing on this track. Was actually pretty good, but sometimes it's very hard to compare with another GT cars on track, so it was hard, but I enjoyed a lot.
Well, that after a fierce battle with Radomir Juric. Well, this, the overall classification. 2 races over the weekend as well. In the GT3, GTC and GT4 categories. Time now for some TCR Europe action. Again, a major part of the race weekends in 2022. Bartosz Grozek won the race at the Hungaroring on Saturday from pole. Before the race, Grozek, well aware of the fact
the plan
fast competitors around
to be
him.
The first after the first corner, and then to win the race, but I think that the guys behind will be really fast, especially with the new cars. It was really tricky in the wet conditions, but we managed to stay on the poles, and that's most important.
Gallas, who had a fast start on the Saturday, having a bit of contact with his rival here in the second race. Grozek battling also with Vesnich, Polish driver, coming back to the lead. At the end of the race, Hamola overtook Grozek, but couldn't keep the lead for that long. Finally, Grozek claimed victory. Hamola second, Vukovic third. And then the final race, Hamola winning, getting a penalty though for a crash with Vukovic.
And we need to just get it out, and yeah, it was not easy, I must say, because you know, when you are so slower on the straights, and then yeah, you cannot overtake so easily. So it wasn't easy, but yeah, but I'm quite happy with the car, and we need to just let's say do a debrief and try to understand how the car behaves and learn from that.
Well, penalty making it possible for Czech driver Jakim Gallas to win the race. Hamola's teammate, of course, Petr Semerad. Jokovic coming home second and third. The previous day's winner, Bartosz Grozek, in fourth. Hamola went into the race pretty aggressive. Didn't finish, though. Well, here are the race results for race 1 and 2. And some will say this, the most exciting race of the ESET Cup. Coming up, the 1-hour endurance race, the Polish team with Zedlinski and Korzeniowski winning in their GT3 car.
The whole team has done a great job. Everyone was highly involved in this success, so all the engineers, mechanics, everyone did a very good job. It is
Olymp Racing team manager.
So everyone who knows what is GT3, enough for him to say it is just a GT3.
Wysowski there. The Zygo Vazek team, the BMW, qualified second. Vazek driving first half of the race. Zygo took over for the second half. The Slovakian, however, several pit stops later, they finally finished in 17th position. Still second place in the GT3 category.
Also second in the GT3.
A csapattal meg vagyok elégedve, a srácok dolgoztak. Sajnos az új autóval technikai problémák volt, úgyhogy az endurance verseny az első helyről indultunk. Csak sajnos technikai probléma miatt, úgyhogy ki kellett állnunk. Úgyhogy a következő versenyt már régi autóval mentem.
Well, in the GT4 category, the Czech RTR team winning with Matej Pavlovic and Joseph Knott, while in the GTC category, the Czech Formanec Mechanic in the Lamborghini. Fastest 2 laps before the end, we could see a fierce fight here for second and third. The Austrian teams, Ferrari 488 with Kirschmeier and Baron, chasing the Czech team's Lamborghini Super Trofeo with Formanec and Mechanic. And they having this contact, finally the Czech team finishing second, while the Austrian team 8th in the overall race. Here the endurance results for race 1 and 2. Now fans of Formula Car racing had plenty to keep them interested in the Hungaroring round of this 2022 ESET Cup. During qualifying, Benjamin Berta took pole position with his Formula 3 car to keep the lead, but favourite Paolo Brancic finally took over despite the rainy weather. It was his first race in Formula 3, having raced in Formula 4 previously.
Jó volt az elmúlt 2 nap, mivel sok beállítást tudtunk tesztelni, illetve az autónk is jó volt a viszonyokhoz képest, mert ugye volt egy erősebb autó is van a pályán, ami egy olyan 2 másodperccel gyorsabb körönként szárazon, mind esőben, de egész jól tudtuk a beállítást.
Well, on Saturday, Attila Penzes finished the first race in 3rd place, but could fight his way to the front. On Sunday, Berta crashed his car in a fight with Brajnik, and the Hungarian driver had to retire from the race. Although the Serbian could go on in his Delara, he finished last. And on Sunday, Janos Magyar coming home second, David Richet home third in the overall race for the Formula Cars. Well, this weekend was the hardest for the gender racing team. Nicolas Szabo started the weekend in Formula 3, but due to technical problems had to switch to Formula 4.
Visszafele váltásnál fölfelé váltott az autó, például a másodikból, hatodikból szerettem volna rakni, és én azt a döntést hoztam, hogy ezzel az autóval így nem versenyzünk. Kábelköteket kell valószínűleg rajta cserélni.
Well, when the driver wanted to shift down, the car shifted up. Probably we have to change the wiring loom, but we couldn't do that at the weekend. We had a spare car, and we had to deploy on Saturday. All in all, we can conclude that it was an amazing race weekend, and the Hungaroring provided a unique venue, as it always does, for the teams and drivers. Well, everything was all right. We could work well together with the guys, with the organisers, and Cyber Walter. So I'm thankful for the cooperation. It was a successful weekend. Number of competitors surprising. Field was full, so I'm satisfied. The next round takes place at the Red Bull Ring, and I hope we can expect cars there as well. Well, round 2 of the 2022 ESET Cup will be at the Red Bull Ring on the first weekend of June. We'll be there to catch all the action.